It's Sunday morning.
It's time now for baseball from the great state of Texas and Globe Life Park. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Texas Rangers. A big-time arm and a power bat should be fun. First pitch is next. Cole Hamels will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, Matty, he's having a very nice season so far. He's got an ERA in the low threes. Hopefully he can continue that here in this one. Give his ball club a chance to win.
Starling Marte will get his first opportunity here. And as you can see, he's got that average up over the 290 mark to begin play.
But he's really been struggling at the plate recently. I mean, that average still looks pretty good, but it has been dropping fast.
And a little off to begin the afternoon as it's to 3-1 now.
Well, this is a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1. And now he's really in the driver's seat to see a fastball.
This is line to left. Hamilton is right there as he puts it away. No problem for the first out. A chance here to check out the starting lineup for the visiting Pirates. Steve, what's the key for them to continue this winning streak?
Well, all they have to do is keep doing what they're doing. This team has a very high average, continuing to hit well as a team, and they'll continue to win games.
Jung Ho Gong will stand in now as we take a look there at his splits between April and May. Hamels has his sign with the payoff pitch. Not quick enough that time, and he's lucky to get another chance. Count remains full. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. On the move is Chu. He makes the running play. 2 down. Now that we have a chance, let's take a look at how the Rangers will align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, you know, guys, Shin-Soo Choo is really just an average corner outfielder. And at the major league level, that means he's pretty darn good. His offense simply overshadows his defense. That being said, he has the ability to make some jaw-dropping plays, which he's proven to do in the past.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Belted high and deep into right center. Stubbs going back on it, still ranging back. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. So a spotless top of the first for Cole Hamels. Now the Rangers will get their first crack scoreless. Garrett Cole, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, something to watch for. He's thrown extremely well this year on the road, so I expect a good ball game out of him.
Elvis Andrus will stand in, hoping to turn things around from the loss last night. He was 0 for 4 in that ball game.
Well, it seems like it's going from bad to worse. He had a bad day yesterday, and he's hitting under 200 in his last 10.
He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one down. And the throw will be too late, so it's a bunt single to get him started here.
That may have been one of those situations where you wonder he's not going to be able to throw him out at first. Maybe that's one where you try and see if that would have gone foul.
And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning. A moment now in Arlington to have a look at the Rangers starting lineup. Anybody catch your eye, Eric?
Well, I know one thing. You have to be careful with Mitch Moreland. He's been hitting the cover off the ball lately, batting over .350 in the last 10 games.
Prince Fielder will stand in now, currently 5th in the American League in hitting.
And he has a top 5 on-base percentage as well.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball called strike. 1-2. Eric, we take a look at the Pirates as they take the field here this afternoon. Fortune has been smiling on them recently. They're unbeaten in their last 7 games.
Not only have they been playing well, but they've got their ace going here this afternoon, so the rich get richer.
And with a quick breather here, let's give you a look at how the Pirates align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
Well, guys, we've got the reigning Gold Glove Award winner in left field. Great with outfield assists, covers a lot of ground, really one of the smartest players at his position.
Mitch Moreland will stand in for the first time with gaudy numbers here in the month as you see him there. In the dirt here. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away as that'll be scored a wild pitch. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. I think a few of these folks need to get out of the sun. We're back with more on a Sunday afternoon following this. Jorge Soler will stand in, and he's been tearing the cover off the ball the past few days as you see his numbers from the last 5 ball games. And he takes one off the inside corner for ball 2.
Yeah, and on 2-1 right now, you gotta figure this guy's wound up for the fastball here. Maybe you come with the breaking ball here out of the zone and hope he goes after it.
7 straight games with a base hit now, and that's a solid week or so of swinging the bat with some authority.
Francisco Cervelli will stand in now as the National League's leading hitter entering play.
And I love this one, too. He leads the league in on-base percentage, so he's finding ways to get on base beyond just hitting the baseball.
Line toward right center. Stubbs is right there, 1 down.
And this could have really got this inning off to a great start, but it finds the outfielder's glove out there, and that runner's forced to retreat back to first.
Josh Harrison will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. No score here as we play inning number 2. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Stubbs on the move. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away. Jordy Mercer gets his first try now, and he's seen that average climb the last week or so. Hamels comes set. 1-1 pitch on its way. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Patrick Johnson.
Well, Johnson has been known to have a little bit of a floating strike zone at times. Sometimes he's dead on with the corner pitches, and other times he's a little stingy. That same thing could be said for the high and low as well.
And there's a called strike at the knees as he was hoping for a base on balls there, but it's a full count now, 3-2.
And now 3-2, 2 out. He'll be helped by the fact that that runner will get a head start out there.
Well, the shortstop's got him played perfectly as he takes this in for the 3rd out. 1 left for Pittsburgh. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. Adrian Beltre will stand in now, happy that this series is at home, no doubt, as you see his splits right there. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Hard liner toward short. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Batting 6th. Right fielder.
So with 1 away, it's time to check out the National League Central Division standings as you see where the Pirates find themselves entering play here today. Shin-Soo Choo will get his first shot here. Couple of hits in 4 trips last night.
Well, his last game was a breath of fresh air because he's been stinking it up lately. Under 200 over his last 10 games.
This one's down to third. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Batting 7th, left fielder,
Josh Hamilton will stand in, and as you can see, he's had troubles here in his own ballpark. He's much better away from home. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Rangers set down in order. We'll move to the third with no score. Back now from Arlington, about 20 miles from downtown Dallas, as we get ready for the third inning in this one. David Freese will stand in, and he was a big part of the win last night as he contributed 3 hits to his guys' effort. Called strike 2 on the cutter, and he's behind in the count now, 1-2. Swing and a line drive, but foul. Change of speed there, but it's taken for a ball, 2-2. Hit down the third baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Hamels is ready. Here it is on 2-2. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Hamilton is camped under this one, and he puts it away for the first out.
batting 9th, first baseman number 3,
Sean Rodriguez will get his first shot here. 2 hits in 5 trips a night ago. Third inning, no score to this point. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third.
And the way this guy's pitching, you can bet these guys are thinking, thank goodness he's over in the other league. I'd hate to face him 3 or 4 times a year. Once is way too much.
High and deep to left center field. Hamilton going back at the track, but he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap, and he'll round it and try for third, and he'll make it into third here with a 2-out triple. So just like that, there's a runner at third with 2 away as we give you a look there at the league leaders in triples.
Well, guys, he's one of the best in the league in that department right now. That triple is nothing new. He's got the power to drive it deep into the gap and leg speed to turn doubles into triples. He's a great offensive weapon.
Jung-Ho Kang will get a chance now as he hopes to cash in following the 2-out triple.
Well, the inning didn't look like it was going anywhere with those 2 quick outs, but then all of a sudden, now the pressure's on here with a runner down at third.
1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there. Look out, a fastball up near his dome, and that'll wake you up a bit.
He did not like that one bit. You know, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. He's set. Here's the 2-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Stubbs is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. No damage done after the 2-out triple. More to come on the show Sunday Baseball after this. Drew Stubbs will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively.
Well, Matty, the good news is that average is on the rise. He's batting over 500 in his last 10 games, so he's as hot as anybody right now.
That nibbled the corner there, but missed 2-1.
Well, this is a guy up there that's not hitting a ton right now, but he can still work the count, and that alone can be beneficial to an offense.
Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second, with a punch out, one away.
This is one of those guys that you can spend all your time in the video room watching what his pitches look like, but until you get out there and see it firsthand, you just have no idea how much his stuff moves around.
Into the box now, Michael McHenry. And that misses up and in, 3-1.
And there you see the leadoff man on deck, and you know they'd love to get someone on base when this lineup turns over.
Hit hard to the right, just foul. Good battle, count remains full. Another one sent foul. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. And he finally wins the battle as this is swung on and missed for the second out.
That's now 3 straight strikeouts going back to last inning. And whatever he's throwing, it's working up there.
Elvis Andrus will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Into his motion, here comes the 3-1. Chopped weakly to the left. Gung's got to hurry. And the throw just does beat him at the bag, so the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Rangers. We'll head to the fourth, still scoreless. Andrew McCutchen is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
And he goes after ball 4 there as he swings and misses on the pitch in the dirt, and it's full 3-2. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the fourth inning, 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
No walks yet. Here's the delivery. Oh, and he struck him out as well, so he's carving right through the heart of this lineup as there are 2 away now.
Now batting,
Francisco Cervelli stands in, looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here, with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. A ball and 2 strikes the count now with the bases empty and 2 away. 1-2 is the cut fastball, but he holds back 2-2.
That's a good location for that cutter with 2 strikes. He's either got to take that and hope it's a ball, or he's got to foul that thing off.
He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
And after going strikeout to start the inning, it looked like he was on his way to an easy 1-2-3. After the base hit there, he's going to have to work now with a 2-out base runner.
Josh Harrison is at the plate now, flied out in his first at-bat. 2 out with the man at first. And the count will be full. Looking to avoid his first walk. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Pirates leave 1. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. Rougned Odor is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
Absolutely nothing going on in this game so far, so we'll see if the leadoff man can get something going.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Now he's just running right through these guys. absolutely worn him down.
Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2. Pitch is popped up. Gong is there for it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
First baseman, number 84, Prince.
So one away here with the bases empty, and that'll bring in the slugging first baseman, Prince Fielder. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Oh, and a good curveball that time as it's taken for a called strike 3, and there are 2 away.
Well, the reason he's having the success he's had so far comes down to one main reason. He's changing speeds effectively. And you saw it in evidence right there. That's what you got to do to be a big-time pitcher.
Into the box, Mitch Moreland. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Rangers set down in order. Through 4, still tied, 0-0. Jordy Mercer heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Well, they still don't have any runs on the board yet, so getting this leadoff man on base would be huge.
Now a swing and a fly ball. Hamilton is after it, and this will wind up a foul ball. Now a ball hit high in the air and deep down the line in left. And that nearly broke our tie, but instead it's a foul ball. And he'll finally just wear him down as this one swung on and missed for the first out.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch there, 3-2. Probably would have been ball 4, but I'm not sure if I could have laid off that one either.
Standing in now, David Freese. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2. All right, 4 scoreless innings in the books. What's it going to take to push across our first run?
Well, I think both pitchers have really dominated so far. This is where getting the leadoff guy on is so key. You know, get the pitcher into the stretch, get him out of his comfort zone, then maybe your offense can go from there.
Line drive to left. And call that a nice clean base hit, his first of the game. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Now batting. Left field.
Well, this is one of the few mistakes he's made all game long. Not too many guys have made solid contact so far, but he squared that one up pretty well.
Stepping in now, Starling Marte. Hard hit ball to second, fielded by Odor. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. We're back with more on a Sunday afternoon following this. Adrian Beltre comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
When you start that pitch off the edge, most guys know well enough to lay off. You've got to start it on the edge if you want him to chase.
3-1 now. And that one is a called strike as he's rebounded to run it full now. 3-2. Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ball game. There's our line score through the first 4.5, and these guys have basically had the bats taken right out of their hands. Just 1 hit to this point. So 1 away now. That'll bring in Shin-Soo Choo. And he comes back with a fastball, 1-2 now.
And you would think that this heat would start affecting him sooner or later, but it hasn't so far.
If anything, he's getting stronger as the day goes on.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. He spoils another one, and will do it again. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Well, if you're just tuning into this game and you're wondering what's going on so far, well, here's the last 4 guys that have come to the plate. Here they are in order, and he's set down all 4 of those guys, all via the strikeout.
In now, Josh Hamilton. Swung on and missed, 1-2 now.
You know, maybe the most impressive thing about his performance so far, he's doing it all in a hitter's ballpark. But it's hard to come in here and pitch like this, but he's done a heck of a job.
And he got another one here. He strikes out the side. He set down 5 in a row via the punch-out, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More to come on the show Sunday Baseball after this. Jung-Ho Kang will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far.
Yeah, and he just needs to make a small adjustment and stay through the middle of the ball. Think about hitting a line drive right back up the middle.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Hamilton is under it. Makes the play, 1 away. So 1 away in the inning now for the center fielder, Andrew McCutchen. Hamels into the windup, ready with the 1-1 pitch. Circle change here, but it's taken for ball 2.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
And this will be taken in out there just a few steps in front of the track, and there are 2 away now.
Right fielder.
Jorge Soler will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips. On a hole now as he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-2 now.
A strike away now from getting through 6 shutout innings here, and that's no small feat against this lineup.
And he won't go after the cut fastball, 2-2. Set to deal on 2-2. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Stubbs has it in his tracks, and that ends the inning. So Hamels had it work in that half of the inning. It remains 0-0. Drew Stubbs will start things out for the Rangers in their half of the 6th. Trying to strike him out for the 2nd time. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And this is a nice job so far out of that number 8 hole. Taking some pitches, trying to get on, leading off the inning.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Under this one is Soler, and he'll handle it for the 1st out. Digging in to try it again, Michael McHenry. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, but it was a pretty decent at-bat. As I remember, he saw a lot of pitches and really made the guy on the mound earn that strikeout.
And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game.
And so far, this has been the theme all afternoon. Strike 1, strike 2, take a hike. I mean, there have been times where he's made it look incredibly effortless out there, and that was another one.
Into the box, Elvis Andrus. can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Ready on 1-2. 2-2 now with 2 away and the base is empty. And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now. Odor would be next. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Into the slide, and he comes up with a great catch to end the inning. A fine sliding catch here will take us to break. On to the back third here this afternoon, and we've got it for you on the show. Welcome back to Arlington. Neither team denting the run column quite yet as we look at the game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Francisco Cervelli will stand in here to start the 7th. EK, it's been a pitching and defense afternoon all throughout.
Yeah, neither starter looking like he's ready to blink. And neither one of them looking all that tired just yet.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. Josh Harrison will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. That one finds the target on the outer half. It's 1-2.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner, and it's paid big dividends for him.
Cut fastball misses 2-2. And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Harrison is retired, 2 down now.
And in a tie ball game already, that would have been a tough way to let the go-ahead run get on base. But luckily, this is a nice play behind the plate to make sure that guy doesn't get down to first.
But this will find the shortstop's glove for the 3rd out of the inning. Down in order go the Pirates. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. Odor steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at bat, because they've been held in check all game.
Now it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing in the Pittsburgh bullpen. Chopped out to short. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
First baseman, number 84,
Prince Fielder will come forward now. He's popped out and struck out in his first 2 plate appearances. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Here's a looping fly ball out to right. Harrison is there for it. And he brings it in for the 2nd out of the inning.
Boy, he had to go a long way into the outfield to make this play. I kept thinking he was going to get called off, but he must have kept shouting for it. So he stays with it and pulls it in.
Into the box now, Mitch Moreland. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2. You have to say they've really had a good game plan for attacking the 3, 4, 5 hitters all game long.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's
threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Rangers. Still no score. David Freese comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th.
Still no runs on the board for either team, and it might come down to who can manufacture a run first.
1-2.
I'll straighten him up there on that fastball. It's 1-2 now. And he rings up another one. Make it 9 strikeouts for him in the game.
And as a hitter, the thing you hate about this is that you have to have consistency. If this was a strike in the 2nd inning, then that's fine. But if this was a ball earlier and now it's a strike, I mean, what's changed? That's what ticks guys off. Just keep it consistent.
Standing in now, Sean Rodriguez. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Looking for his 10th strikeout. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Stubbs sprinting after it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Now batting.
Starling Marte strides in, grounded out his last time through.
Yeah, ground out last time, but you know, with his speed, that's kind of a big part of the way he plays the game. Put the ball on the ground and force the defense to make a clean, quick play on him, because if they don't, he's safe.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. We are still scoreless. Adrian Beltre digs in to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. Cole gets the sign. Here's the 1-1. Lifted in the air to right field. Soler is there. 1 away. Shin-Soo Choo will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
All even now, 2-2. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. Right side, hit hard. Harrison's got it. A flip from short right gets him, and there are 2 away.
The left fielder, number 32.
Josh Hamilton ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Change up just off the black, and it's 2-1.
A much better approach here at the plate so far. He's not working from behind in the count like he has his first few at-bats.
On to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. Rangers set down in order, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Tanner Sheppers will enter now to start the 9th inning, as his job will be keeping the game tied until the bottom half. Jung Ho Gong stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Grounded weakly to the left. Beltre is up with it. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway. Sean Tollison comes on now, trying to keep this ball game tied. Andrew McCutchen will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes.
2 straight breaking pitches miss away. So as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a 3rd time.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Stubbs will call everyone off and track it down for out number 2.
Now batting.
Jorge Soler will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1. On a swing to forget there, it's back even at 2-2.
Ooh, anytime you can get a big league hitter to look like that, you know you've thrown a great pitch.
Swung on in the dirt, strike 3. And that ends the inning. Down in order go the Pirates. Still no score. Drew Stubbs will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. Hit hard on the ground to second. Backhanded. No problem here. One away.
The catcher, number 14.
Michael McHenry stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. A little bit outside. 2-1. One out, nobody on. A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. Cole's ready. They'll try to put him away here on 2-2. Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his third strikeout of the game.
Well, the strikeout pitch has certainly been there for him all afternoon, and this, in fact, is the third time he's victimized this guy.
Stepping in now, Elvis Andrus. Very high, 2-1. And they'll try and end it here with an even 100 pitches. To 2-2 now. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. And apparently the bats just haven't made it to the ballpark yet. Make it 9 shutout innings thus far, but we might not be done yet. 10th inning coming up, and we still have no score. Francisco Cervelli gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Here it comes on 1-1. Now a hard liner toward short. A dive, and he knocks it down. And no chance at a recovery here, as despite a great effort that time, they won't get him out on the play.
Maybe a turning point here in a tie ball game. They catch a break, they get the infield single on this ball. Now what will they do from there? They've got tons of options.
Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision, as he's the potential go-ahead run. He takes the changeup the other way out toward right center. Chu giving chase. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Jordy Mercer stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Lifted in the air to center. There to take this one in is Stubbs, and that becomes out number 2. Stepping in, David Freese. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
Fastball called strike. 1-2. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2. Strike 3, and the potential go-ahead run left on base. 1 left for Pittsburgh. We are still. Pedro Florimon will stay in the ball game, as he'll likely do the catching from here out. Rougned Odor steps in to get the home side started here in the 10th. Chris Stewart is into the ball game here as he takes over behind the plate. Tony Watson is on, and he'll take over on the mound.
Tony Watson.
1-1. Here it comes. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Skied in the air to straightaway left. After it is Marte. One down.
First baseman
Prince Fielder will stand in. He flew out his last time up.
Fielder.
Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1. Bases are empty, one man out. And this one misses as well, and that pushes it to 3-1. Chopped foul right at home plate. Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. Ground ball right side, straight into the shift. And that finds its way through for a base hit.
There you go. Now that potential winning run is on at first base. I don't think they'll try to butt him over here either. Not with one out already. They'll be open for a gapper to try and end this right here, right now.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. On the ground to third. There's Harrison for one. Back to first, and a great stretch there may be the difference. It's a double play, and the inning is over. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. 10 innings in the books. On to the 11th. Still tied. Sean Rodriguez comes to the plate as the leadoff man here in the 11th inning. He's set, and the payoff pitch. Hit hard up the middle. Played on the backhand. And he's set down, one away.
The batter, left fielder, Starling Marte.
Starling Marte ready to try again. Struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
And very little resistance there as he's retired on a half-hearted swing, and there are two away. Stepping into the box, Jung-Ho Kang. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. Frozen on strike three for the final out of the inning. 1-2-3 go the Pirates. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. McCutchen is over. One out.
All right, fielder number 17.
Shin-Soo Choo will step in. A ground-out victim as last time. The set and the 1-1 pitch. Pulled high in the air out to right field. After it is Soler. Two down. Delino DeShields will get the call to pinch hit here as we'll see what he can do with two out and the base is empty. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Harrison has it. On to first, and that'll mean a 12th inning is in order as this inning is over. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. On to inning number 12 we go. And Delino DeShields will stay in the ballgame now and take over in left field. Andrew McCutchen will stand in to start out the 12th inning of play. And it starts to become a war of attrition once you've reached this point in the ballgame.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where there's some really tired legs out there on both sides. The bullpens have been working overtime. Heck, even the announcers are starting to get a little bit hoarse.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Under it is Chu as he takes it in for the first out. Settling in now, Jorge Soler. He's 1 for 4 for the game. Swing and a miss as he pulled the string on him. 1-2.
Another good job of getting ahead here. He just seems so locked in right now.
And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the third strikeout of the game. Striding in, Chris Stewart, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. 2-2, here it is. Filthy changeup that time, but he's able to make contact, and he'll get another chance. And he strikes him out here for out number 3, so after a scoreless top. Drew Stubbs is set to take his turn, leading things off as they'll try to walk off winners in the bottom half.
And so far in this ballgame, he hasn't even been on base yet, so we'll see if he can make an adjustment here.
Jared Hughes will come in and pitch now.
Number 48, Jared Hughes.
1-2 now.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away. Michael McHenry digs in. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and they fanned him on a fastball last time, so let's see if they come at him with the hard stuff again.
Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1. And he checks his swing. Did he go around? Yes, says the first base umpire. Strike 2. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. And another foul ball. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts.
The shortstop, number 1.
Elvis Andrus, ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up. Gloved by Harrison. Oh, and it sailed right over his head at first. Rougned Odor will stand in now, hitless to this point, but with a chance to be a hero here.
He knows better than anybody in that lineup that one swing could make up for a whole game's worth of struggle.
Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. Looking to keep the shutout intact. Here it comes. Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1-2. And he strikes him out to retire the side, so we'll play at least 1 more. So no run. Josh Harrison steps in to begin the inning. 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. This is in the air to right. Moving under it, Chu. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, shortstop.
Into the box now, Jordy Mercer. He flew out in his last at-bat. The 1-1 pitch. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2.
And he's working into his 5th inning out of the bullpen, so he's likely well beyond what was expected of him.
A ball hit hard to the left side. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night. Tom Wilhelmsen will come on now as he inherits a runner at first with already 1 out in the inning. Now the Rangers get a reliever up and throwing in the bullpen as a right-hander's begun to warm up out there. He's set. Here's the 3-1. And he takes a cold strike at the knees, and that'll run things full. A look at the hit totals there into extra innings. And he struck him out again. So that's the old sombrero there, partner. 4 strikeouts in the ballgame. Sean Rodriguez strides in, grounded out his last time through. Slow little roller to third. Throw to fielder at first will take care of him, and that'll be that. Prince Fielder will stride in. He singled in his last plate appearance. And oh, look out as he has to hop out of the way of the fastball there. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
Well, that's an opportunity wasted on the mound there. Well, a hitter's got to be defensive on 2-2, but that was so far outside, he didn't even have to worry about chasing it.
Just got a piece up the line. And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out. Mitch Moreland struggling so far in this one. He'll look to erase his 0 for 4 ball game with a base hit right here.
Oh, man, it's never fun to go 0 for, but let's see if he can find a way to climb out of it.
One out, nobody on. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. High in the air out to center field. And this is down for extra bases. And there's your winning run moving into scoring position. And he will make it into second base as the winning run is in scoring position now with only 1 away. Adrian Beltre will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
Marte is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out.
This ball's just hit way too hard to think about tagging up and trying for third, so he's just going to have to be happy where he is right there at second.
Shin-Soo Choo will stand in now in what could be one of the bigger at-bats of the ball game.
And what he has to do right here is put his 0 for 4 out of his mind. He hasn't had the greatest of performances to this point in the game, but he could make up for it with a big hit right here.
Hit back up the middle. Throw on to first is going to be in time, and that means 13 innings won't even settle this one as that ends the inning. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. We'll play as long as it takes. Still tied on the show. Starling Marte is set to go at the plate to lead off the top half.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Hit hard to the right side. Adore is there, on to first, and how important is it to keep this guy off base in a tie ball game? 1 away. Jung-Ho Kang stands in here trying to get off the schneid. He's 0 for 5 so far.
Yeah, it's been a rough one for him, but he's got to let it go. You know, 1 for 6 is, what, 167 points better than an 0 for 6. And I'm not even sure how he did that math so fast.
Hit hard towards center, and this is down in front of Stubbs for a base hit.
0 for 5? Say hello to 1 for 6. Talk about a much-needed base hit. Now he can sleep tonight.
Andrew McCutchen will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
Now the question, do you send the guy on 3-2 with 1 out? You figure you're going to get something around the plate.
And he misses with it, ball 4, so the potential go-ahead run moves into scoring position now.
That's an easy take right there on the 3-2 pitch. Not all that inviting at all. You want to at least make the guy think about hacking up there. Instead now he's on with 1 away.
Jorge Soler ready to try again. Struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts.
Now batting,
Chris Stewart comes to the plate looking to put the ball in play. He went down on strikes last time.
Yeah, strikeout last time, and it's been a tough series for him so far. Let's see if we can make a little bit of an adjustment here in this at-bat.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
now batting.
Well, that's a big base hit for him right there. That drives in the go-ahead run. He's fired up down there at first, and I'm sure his dugout is even more fired up.
Sam Dyson is going to make an appearance now as he'll take over here in the 14th inning. Two men are on with 2 men out. Into the box, Josh Harrison. And this is fouled back and out of play. Hold on the ground. And that's through into left, a base hit. He'll come home with it. And the throw in gets away from him. And he is in to score from second as the throwing mistake defensively came back to factor into that one.
Took him a while to pick up that first hit of the ball game, but he made it count as he was able to drive in the run on the RBI single.
Jordy Mercer steps into the box, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home in the inning so far.
Well, this could be a huge inning or maybe the end of the inning. This is a pivotal at-bat in one of the turning points of this ball game right here.
Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
Now 3-1, you can afford to look middle in and really turn on something if you get it.
Now a swing, and he pops him up. Right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate. And he will indeed make the play in foul territory to retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. And now this crowd finds their club behind the 8 ball here as they don't want to wind up on the losing end of this thing. Bucks out in front, 2-0. Leading off the inning, Delino DeShields. And they'll need him to get something going here. Mark Melanson will come on now, and at least they've saved their closer until this deep into extra innings.
Melanson.
1-1 pitch is a knuckle curve. He's in the hole now, 1-2.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is one big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game because right now they just seem out of it.
In the air now, out to right field. Soler is there to put it away for out number 1.
The center fielder, number 6, Drew Stubbs.
Drew Stubbs digs in. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Ooh, jumped the gun a bit on that swing, and he's down 1-2.
This is not the first time today that he's chased out of the zone. And that's why he's looking at a hat trick.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And he struck him out. And there's the hat trick, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the ball game.
Well, the boos are starting to come out just a bit. You hate to have struggles like this in your own ballpark, but his average is way down there, and he hasn't done himself any favors in this game either.
In now, Michael McHenry. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, it took them 14 innings to get to this point, but at least they're going to come away with a well-fought victory here on the road.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, really a dominating performance out there. Look at all the strikeouts. I mean, they just couldn't touch him.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Pirates win it 2-0. So long from Arlington.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Pirates. 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They left 8 runners on base. For the Rangers, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. The winning pitcher is Neftali Feliz. His record is now 4-1. The save to Mark Melancon, his 19th. The loss goes to Tom Wilhelmsen. He falls to 2-4. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 31 minutes. A reminder that post-game buses are available at the first base gate 20 minutes after the conclusion of play and will drop riders off at locations across the street from Lincoln Square Fountain or on the north side of Lincoln Square.
First opened back in 2012, a look inside the Mammoth Marlins Park in Miami. A Memorial Day get-together for you here at the ballpark between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Miami Marlins. Who's going to win the battle between these two? We'll see next. Jose Fernandez, the Cuban-born right-hander, will be on the mound to start. What do we need to know here, EK?
Yeah, Matty, in his last start, he had a ton of strikeouts. He'll be looking to duplicate that effort here.
Miguel Rojas is into the ball game as a defensive replacement. He'll be the new shortstop here.
Number 19, Miguel Rojas.
Starling Marte will stand in, and as you take a look at the splits there, he's actually a better hitter against right-handed pitching this season. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. On his way to second goes Marte. And he'll pull in there with a double to start out the ball game.
Oh, it's just so important for a visiting ball club to come out swinging in the first inning. You got to do what you can do to get on the board first. And he gives him a good shot at that right here as he kicks off the night with a leadoff double.
Jung Ho Gong will stand in now as we take a look there at his splits between April and May. Swung on in the dirt, strike three. And he makes the throw to first. Gong is retired, and there's one away. Andrew McCutchen will stand in, and as you can see the numbers away from home, he's been much better once he gets out on the road. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. This Marlin ball club, Eric Karros, as they begin play here tonight, it was another loss for them last time out, and that makes them 2-8 over their last 10 games.
And it was the offense that went south last time out. Managed only just 1 run in the loss yesterday. It's typical when you're in a cold streak like this. They just had a lot of trouble sustaining any kind of offense, and it definitely hurt them.
And the count will be full. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away. Now that we have a chance, let's give you a look at the Miami D. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
Well, guys, defensively, they have the lowest fielding percentage in the majors. Not a lot of fun when you're out on the mound and you don't know if the guys behind you are going to make the play. We'll see what happens here.
Matt Joyce will stand in now as he was reinserted back into the lineup here after taking a needed day off yesterday. He's set. Here's the 3-1. Looped out towards short. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And a good effort as he's able to stick with it and get the 3rd out of the inning. Pirates leave 1. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. Francisco Liriano gets the call for game 1 of the series. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, take a look at that whip. Around 1.3, which is pretty much league average. So he's been very serviceable all year long.
D. Gordon will stand in, and you can see that surprisingly he hits better versus left-handed pitching than he does against righties. Liriano has his target. Here's the 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Eric, we look at this Pirate ball club as they enter play here tonight. They have certainly had it going lately, winners of 8 in a row.
Yeah, but they've got a tough assignment on the mound here tonight, so they're going to have their hands full. But the way they've been playing, I get the sense that no one in that dugout's too concerned.
Hit down the line at first. Freeze is there. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the leadoff man is gone here to start the home first. We have a moment here in Miami to take a look at the Marlins starting lineup. Who are you focused on, EK?
You know, guys, I think everybody should be keeping an eye on Christian Yelich. He's having a really nice season with the bat, sporting a slugging percentage over 500, so there's a good chance he'll have some sort of impact offensively in this one.
A little bit outside. 2-1. All even now, 2-2. Ball 3 here as that pitch runs way up and in and backs him out of the box here.
And we're going to see a lot more of this because this is a guy who's let it be known that he will work inside. He'll even back you off the plate if he has to.
On to first, and a good stretch over there is going to get him by a step for the second out. With a moment now, let's give you a look at how the Pirates align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, we have an opportunity to watch Starling Marte out there in left field in this one. He won the 2015 Gold Glove Award. Very athletic. You couple him with some of the other outfielders in this ball game, man, oh man, does not look like there are going to be any hits out there.
Giancarlo Stanton will stand in, and as you can see, his home and road splits there. He's been a much better hitter away from home. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Miami down in order. We've played an inning. No score. Francisco Cervelli will stand in now as the National League's leading hitter entering play.
And he has a top 5 on-base percentage as well.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Patrick Johnson.
Well, Johnson has been known to have a little bit of a floating strike zone at times. Sometimes he's dead on with the corner pitches, and other times he's a little stingy. That same thing could be said for the high and low as well.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Stanton shading to his right. And that's the second out of the inning. Jordy Mercer into the box here in the top of the second, looking to keep this inning going. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Dribbled to the right side. Talese scoops it up. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Pirates. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Marcell Ozuna will stand in, and he wasn't alone in wearing the collar in last night's ball game, in which the team could muster all of 1 run.
Well, it seems like it's going from bad to worse. He had a bad day yesterday, and he's hitting under 200 in his last 10.
Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Misses, ball 2. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. High in the air, carrying well out to deep center. McCutchen going back. A reach there by McCutchen, but it's over his glove for a home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center as the Marlins will take a 1-0 lead.
About the only silver lining to this one from a defensive point of view is it came with the bases empty leading off an inning. You can survive it when this guy's hitting solo shots, but if he's doing this with 2 or 3 men on base, well, then things can really get out of hand in a hurry.
Martin Prado will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
Well, this is a guy up there that's not hitting a ton right now, but he can still work the count, and that alone can be beneficial to an offense.
Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Liriano gets the sign. We'll try to put him away here on 2-2. Chopped weakly to the left. Taken in by Mercer. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
Batting sixth.
And with that, we give you a look here at what's happening in the race in the National League Central. Chris Johnson will come forward now, back in the lineup after being used as a pinch hitter last night. Into the windup, here's the 2-1 pitch. To 2-2 now. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Trying to nibble here, and he misses to run it full now. 3-2.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4. Now a fastball. Oh, strike 3 called on a pitch that looked inside. Instead, it's out number 2.
Well, this is due justice for the guy on the mound. He probably should have had the strikeout on the last pitch, but, you know, at the plate, you got to know you're not going to get that pitch called a ball twice in a row.
Into the box now, Tomas Telis. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2.
94 on the outer edge. You can't help but take that.
2 out with the man at first. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Almost got him to go around, but instead it's ball 3.
Good job of holding up right there. That would have been the inning.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Marlins are on the board first thanks to the solo home run. We've played 2. It's now 1-0 Miami. David Freese is into the box as we are all set to begin the third. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside corner, and a pretty generous corner at that, as that's the first down of the inning.
You know, and I think most hitters will tell you, if you get a bad call on strike 1 or strike 2, you know, they can live with that. But if you're going to punch me out on strike 3, it better be a strike. If not, I feel like you're taking the bat out of my hands.
Into the box, Francisco Liriano. On a hole now as he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-2 now.
Yeah, not a real good effort there. That pitch was never going to be a strike.
Drilled to first. Johnson's got it. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting.
Starling Marte will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Got a piece. It's 2-2.
Real good lateral movement on that 2-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Pirates. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Jose Fernandez digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3. And Liriano's ready. 1-1 on its way. Pulls this one in the air out to left. After it is Marte. 1 away. D. Gordon will dig in again. He grounded out to start the home first.
Yeah, but it's still a pretty good leadoff at bat because he made him throw a lot of pitches.
Chopped foul right at home plate. Ready on 1-2. They try to come in with the fastball, but it's too far in, and it's even at 2-2.
Yeah, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now. 3-2. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You've got to make these guys earn it.
Ripped down the first base line. Down the first base line. But this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Pulled toward right center field. Calling for it, McCutchen makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Up next for the Marlins.
Settling in now, Christian Yelich. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. McCutchen has a beat on it, and that retires the side. Looks like Liriano's got it working now. And his club's keeping it close. It's 1-0. Leading off the inning, Jung-Ho Kang. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
And that'll just elude his outstretched glove for a base hit. So with the leadoff man on base, time to reach back into the feverish days of the 1980s, where video game baseball meant using your joystick to control 3 men on a black screen. It's today's version of this date in baseball history. Andrew McCutchen comes to the plate looking to put the ball in play. He went down on strikes last time. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors so far for the Pirates. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Yelich able to take this one in, and there's your first out. Matt Joyce will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he struck him out. Into the box now, Francisco Cervelli. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, but it was a pretty decent at-bat. As I remember, he saw a lot of pitches and really made the guy on the mound earn that strikeout.
Fastball called strike. 1-2. Lofted in the air out toward right center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Pittsburgh. It remains 1-0. Giancarlo Stanton is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with 1 swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
Hit to third. Kang is there. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
The batter, left fielder, Marcell.
Coming to the plate now, Marcell Ozuna. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Well, the last time he saw a fastball and hit it pretty well, so we'll see how they work him this time. You can throw him more fastballs, but you better not put it in that location.
Strike 2 called, and it's even at 2. And now a slider in there for a called 3rd strike, and there are 2 gone now.
Boy, that's a tight little slider right there. It looked like it was going to be a ball, but then you can see the hard biting movement come back, and it winds up just catching that outside corner.
In now, Martin Prado. And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all. Chris Johnson will dig in now, hoping to perhaps make him pay for the 2-out walk.
Yeah, nothing going on earlier in this inning, but a chance to make some noise right here. Those kind of walks often seem to come back and bite guys somehow.
Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. A runner on first with 2 away. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Flipped out the other way toward short. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. 1 left for Miami, but they're up 1-0. Josh Harrison heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
And he got him.
Not only has he rung up a lot of strikeouts, but he still hasn't walked a batter to this point. So his control has been really, really spot on so far.
And he comes up empty there on a pitch in the dirt and falls behind now 1-2.
Boy, he is putting on a clinic out there right now. These guys don't know what to look for.
Shatters the bat as this is hit on the ground. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Number 7.
Stepping in, David Freese. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
Breaking ball snaps in there for a called strike 2.
Yeah, 1 pitch away now from getting through 5 shutout innings. And I'll tell you what, the way he's
threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Pirates. They're down 1-0. Miguel Rojas comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now. Tomas Telis is on deck. And that misses ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway. Tomas Telis is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yeah, they fanned him on a fastball last time, so let's see if they come at him with the hard stuff again.
Next offering from Liriano will make an even 70 pitches thus far. Just out in front of that one, still 2-2. 1 run, just 1 hit, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away.
Boy, and just a great call that time to turn to the changeup. That's one of those at the plate where you don't even wait for the umpire to make the call. You know you're a goner.
Jose Fernandez comes to the plate, possibly receiving a bunt sign in order to stay out of the double play.
Yeah, and everybody's got a different opinion on this situation. But in reality, it really comes down to how the...
And they swipe the tag on him, and the inning is over. Nothing across here this half of the inning. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. It's the Marlins 1 and the Pirates nothing. Francisco Liriano will come forward now to start out their half of the 6th, and they've found it rough sailing against this starter so far as he's yielded just 2 hits through the first 5.
Not too many hard hit balls there either. He's had them off balance all game.
Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Oh, and he's really got the strikeout pitch working now as he notches number 9 in the ball game. Starling Marte steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
And you don't want to put this guy on as the tying run because he'd have a ton of speed over there at first base.
Hit hard on the ground to third. Throw gets him 2 down.
Now batting.
Jung Ho Gong will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time and then a base hit last time around. Can't connect there. It's 2-2.
A strike away now from getting through 6 shutout innings here, and that's no small feat against this lineup.
Hit the other way out toward right field. And Stanton will put this one away, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Pirates. They trail this one 1-0. D. Gordon will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. Liriano into his motion, looking to put him away here on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Christian Yelich stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. That one's in there, 3-1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
And that misses for ball 4.
Yeah, a close pitch to take on a 3-1 count, but this might have been just a little bit outside. He winds up losing him.
Tap fouled at home plate. Runners on the move for second. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Now a look to first by Liriano, and he'll dive back in.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And a slider runs in on him as he has to lean out of the way. Oh, and they pulled a string on a good changeup there as he swings and misses, and he's set down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight.
As you can see right here, his timing just seems to be off a little bit at the plate right now. And you know what? That can happen during the course of the season. You're not always going to have your good swing. And he's the kind of guy that's got a lot of moving parts in that swing. So maybe he's at the point now in the season where he might need just a little time off so he can get back to the basics.
Marcell Ozuna will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the 2nd inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. Two out with the man at first. Yelich is running. Pitch inside. The throw not in time. He's in there at second.
Boy, I think he's pretty lucky to get in there safely on this play. It's a decent jump, but I think a good throw might nail him down there. Instead, you see it's wide of the mark, off to the shortstop side of the base, and he's able to beat that tag to get in safely.
On the ground up the middle. Backhanded. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Marlins leave 1, but they're on top 1-0. Welcome back to South Florida. It's on to the 7th inning with the Marlins on top, and it's a good time to check out our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Andrew McCutchen will come forward now to begin the 7th inning in what's been a very briskly played ball game here tonight.
And that's what happens when you get 2 starters that are on top of their game. It's been great pitching, great defense, not a lot of base runners, and a very even game through 6 innings.
Your attention,
now the Marlins skipper's up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And we're going to see a pitching change as that's going to do it for Jose Fernandez. Carter Capps will get the assignment on the mound here as he'll enter with a runner at first and nobody out. And here's a ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. Stanton is over near the stands as he makes the catch for the first down. So a big moment here in standing in Francisco Cervelli, and he does so representing the possible go-ahead run.
Yeah, but you got to make sure that he doesn't try to do too much here. Just keep that line moving. Do something productive and give the next guy a chance as well.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Josh Harrison will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. Fly ball heading for the alley. Yelich on the move, but he can't get there. This splits the outfielders and heads toward the wall. Around third, here's McCutchen heading home, and the run will score all the way from first. It's 1-1.
Well, these two teams have been pretty evenly matched all throughout this game, and now that's reflected on the scoreboard as well, as he gets a good pitch to hit right there and doubles home a run to square things up in this game here in the late going.
Stepping in now, Jordy Mercer. Little dribbler back at him. On to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. But the Pirates get a run here on the RBI double. Get up and stretch. All even now at 1-1. Martin Prado stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. Neftali Feliz will come on now as he'll take over in inning number 7. Now it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing in the Pittsburgh bullpen. Hit hard up the middle, and that'll get through into center. So there's your possible go-ahead run on base now to lead off the inning. Chris Johnson digs in now after lining out in his last try. Go-ahead runs aboard here at first with nobody out. Full count now, 3-2. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
And he was really late on this one. I mean, really late. You can see where the baseball is by the time he gets the barrel through. I mean, it's darn near in the catcher's glove already. That tells me he was probably looking for something else.
Into the box now, Miguel Rojas. High in the air out to center field. McCutchen is under it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Digging in for his second at-bat, Tomas Telis, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
He has really struggled against right-handed pitching so far this year. His average against righties is pretty ugly so far.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And there's his first base hit in this one. And that's going to move that go-ahead run to second now with 2 gone. Justin Bohr will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. 2 men are on with 2 men out. Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. 8th inning coming up. All tied at 1-1. Brian Morris will be summoned from the bullpen now, so he'll take over to start inning number 8.
Brian Morris.
David Freese will stand in, and it's a bullpen game now. Both starters out as we begin inning number 8.
Yeah, both starters are out, and since we're tied, both starters not going to be involved in the decision.
Oh, and it sailed right over his head at first.
Yeah, and that's going to be a bit of a turnaround right here. You figure off the crack of the bat that you got the first out of the inning. Instead, now you're looking at a runner in scoring position following that error.
Sean Rodriguez will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 3, Sean Rodriguez.
Right down the chute that time, 1-2. Hit hard on the ground to second. Gordon is there, and the throw to first is in time, 1 gone.
Well, good fundamental baseball might just win him this ball game. You've got the go-ahead run at second base, so this guy knows exactly what he has to do. Just a simple ground ball to the right side gets that guy to third base. And now you've got all sorts of ways to get him in and grab a late lead.
Standing in now, Starling Marte. Swing and a miss as he pulled the string on him, 1-2.
Your job right here on the mound, you got to think strikeout number 1, ground ball number 2. You can't leave anything up that can easily be a sac fly.
And he will deliver one of the biggest at-bats of the night. It's a base hit. Coming in to score easily is the runner from third, and they've taken the lead here in the 8th.
That's a big base hit for him right there. That drives in the go-ahead run. He's fired up down there at first, and I'm sure his dugout is even more fired up.
David Phelps will come on now as he inherits a runner at first with already 1 out in the inning.
David Phelps.
In now, Jung-Ho Kang. A pitch out. The throw. It bounces, but he's out. Nice play there to pick the throw and put the tag on quickly.
If you're not an absolute speed merchant on the bases, if the pitcher slide steps, he's got a much better chance of throwing you out. The defense sniffed it out right there. The slide step worked. Great throw to second base, and he's gone.
Hit back up the middle. Rojas ranging up the middle, and the throw to first is in time, but the damage has been done as the side is retired. So it's 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and no one left. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. Bucks out in front, 2-1. Archimedes Caminero is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Archimedes.
D. Gordon will stand in to lead things off as the top of this batting order really hasn't been much of a factor so far.
Yeah, and between the top 3 guys in this lineup, no hits between them. And you got to figure you're not going to win too many games when that's the case.
And he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out.
Christian.
Digging in once again, Christian Yelich. He drew a walk his first time up. Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. Swing and a looper to left. Under it now is Marte to pull it in for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 27.
Giancarlo Stanton will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole. Hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. When we return, it'll be Andrew McCutchen to start things out. It's the Pirates 2 and the Marlins 1. Always a party in Miami Beach, not too far from us here at Marlins Park, set to begin the 9th inning in this one. And here is Andrew McCutchen now. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. 1-2 now.
Count is 1 and 2.
And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a high chopper. Prado's up with it. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now batting,
Matt Joyce will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all-or-nothing type hitters. But, hey, he's still got a chance to make an impact on this game right now.
Right side, hit hard. A diving try, but it's through into the outfield. Francisco Cervelli stands in. Was locked up on strike 3 in his last trip.
Well, you know, it never feels good to go down on strikes, especially looking. I wouldn't be surprised to see him be a little more aggressive in this at-bat.
This is line to left, but pretty much right at the left fielder as he takes it in for the second out.
And you'll see this again. This is a slider that backed up on him a little, and this looked like for sure it was going to fall in. But actually, it was hit a little too hard, and they're lucky to keep him off base there.
Into the box, Josh Harrison. And good contact there as this is hit high and deep to right center. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Around third and being waved on home. The relay, and he is in there with an RBI triple.
And this could prove to be one of those key hits of the ball game. With 2 outs, they're a pitch away from getting out of this. Instead, the RBI triple makes this a 2-run game now.
Stepping in now, Jordy Mercer. A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. And the slider misses here, so he runs the count full 3-2.
Boy, nothing's really come easy for him so far on the mound. He's had to work for everything, and now he's got to deal with another full count.
Good battle. Count remains full. Here comes the payoff pitch. Not quick enough that time, and he's lucky to get another chance. Count remains full. Turned on down the line, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. He's set. Here's the 3-2 to short. Rojas is there. And safe at first on a bang-bang play as that last lunge was enough to beat the throw.
So close to getting out of the inning. Now, this would have been a great play if he could have made it, but he just couldn't get the ball to first base in time. And that's going to wind up being an infield single and a 2-out RBI.
Edwin Jackson will take over with 2 gone here in the top of inning number 9. David Freese steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy, and it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
Stanton is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. One more shot coming up. Will go to the bottom of the 9th. Pirates on top, 4-1. Marcell Ozuna will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
This whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the 1 run. That's it.
Mark Melanson is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th. Melanson looks in, ready with the 1-1 pitch. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Sent on the ground out to second. Harrison's got it, and a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. So the leadoff man gone to start the top of the 9th as we take a look at league saves leaders entering play.
Well, guys, he's one of the best in the league in that department right now. It's almost a guarantee that any league you leave him is pretty darn safe these days. He's like a starting pitcher's security blanket, and we'll see if he can wrap this one up, too.
Doesn't want any part of that cutter, and it's full 3-2.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is one big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game because right now they just seem out of it.
And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch there, 3-2. It probably would have been ball 4, but I'm not sure if I could have laid off that one either.
Standing in now, Chris Johnson. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
And at this point, I don't know if this streak is going to let up anytime soon. That's 9 in a row. And from what I've seen, this could go on for quite a bit longer.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. A handful of fine individual performances to choose from in this one, boys, but what do you say we go ahead and let this man take home the hardware? He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, just 2 hits in the ball game, but they were both big ones, triple and the double, and I thought, for this game at least, he was the best player on the field.
So that's a wrap here tonight. Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian, you've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Facebook at MLB The Show. The Pirates win it 4-1. Good night from Miami.
Here now is our final line score tonight for the victorious Pirates. 4 runs on 8 hits. No errors. They left 4 men on base. For the Marlins, 1 run on 3 hits. 1 error. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 47 minutes. A reminder that Marlins shuttle buses are available outside Marlins Park with service to the Culmer Metro Rail Station.
Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Looking first at the NL Central, the Pittsburgh Pirates pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they took down the Fish in Miami 4-1. They continue to win as they now have 9 straight. Scott Kazmir got the win, throwing 8 innings, allowing 1 earned run as the Dodgers defeated the Cubs 3-1. The win was their 5th straight as a team. The Redbirds knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 4-2. The Cincinnati Reds allowed 5 hits in the game as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 2-0. The San Francisco Giants put together 10 hits total as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 3-1. They now have 5 straight wins. The Chicago White Sox total 11 hits as they grabbed the extra innings win over the Mets 3-2. Bryce Harper was a one-man highlight reel with 3 home runs and 5 RBIs as the Nationals disposed of the Phillies 8-1. He is currently among the NL leaders in batting average. The Astros starting pitcher, number 43, collected win number 3 this year as the Astros defeated the Diamondbacks 2-1. He is currently among the AL leaders in strikeouts. The Toronto Blue Jays hit 3 long balls as they defeated the visiting Yankees 5-4. Michael Givens got his 3rd win this season as the Orioles took down the Red Sox 6-4. The Texas Rangers got 12 hits in this one as they beat the Tribe in Cleveland 4-3. The Detroit Tigers